Hello children, welcome to the social class. Children, shall we start the topic? Good. Okay then. In the last class we have learned the lesson called sources. In the lesson sources, we learned what is sources and how the sources are important for the construction of our history and how we are getting sources by the way of a scientific method called excavation, and how the archaeologists are able to get the sources by the way of a excavation. Till there we have learned children, and today I am going to tell the ancient civilization. Ancient civilization of India. So this lesson about ancient civilization of India. So the word says civilization. Children, what do you mean by civilization? Civilization in the sense that where the human being has started to live in a civilized manner. The way the person or a human being started to live way of a civilized manner. Suppose if I say this is a civilization, there is another term comes uncivilized. Uncivilized means properly it will comes to our mind that we know that in a so many years back human being used to live in a forest as a uncivilized manner. Maybe he don't had a proper dress to wear, he used to live in a forest. Isn't it children? That concept come to our mind when we see as uncivilized, and he may be eating a raw material, raw food. You know the way of living of a human being. As the day passed, he learned the way of a civilization. Civilization in the sense, probably we think that he used to settle down in the one place. Civilization mainly indicates children he used to live in a one particular place, because in a uncivilization, they human being used to wander from one place to another place. Today he may be in a one place, tomorrow he may be shifted to another place, because there is no home, no house, no hut to stay. So when it comes to civilization, he used to settle down in one particular place, and he has adopted the way of a occupation. When he settled down in a one particular place, children, he has adopted the occupation also. And you may ask, ma'am, how the civilization has came into light, isn't it children? Who has founded the civilization? That is none other than archaeologists. They came to know that within a earth there are many hidden or many indication or many huts or houses are buried. Buried in the sense it may be a go down inside the earth. That house or the signs of a house huts have been founded by the archaeologists. Children, I will say archaeologists has got indication of a sign. Sign in the sense indication of a huts and house. So when they goes on doing the excavation, they got the some broken piece of the huts, or it may be some broken piece of the any weapons they got in a places. And when they continued their excavation, they got remaining things, so that they are able to construct the history. I tell you how, because see, I told uncivilized, isn't it children? When people are uncivilized, they used to do the hunting of an animal, right children? And when they are doing a hunting of an animal, this is example I am giving, when they are doing a hunting of an animal, they used to use certain weapons. Weapon may be made up of a wood, or it is made up of a stone, isn't it children? Because your nails are not enough to do the hunting of animals, so they must be used some weapons for the hunting. That weapons, if found in a present day, that we will consider as a what? Sources, right? Such signs are got by our archaeologists. So then they got the indication or idea that there may be some history in the hidden earth. So yesterday I told that archaeological sources also found on the surface of the earth as well as on the depth of the earth. So when they goes inside the earth or the depth of the earth, they got certain signs of sources. On that basis of sources, they constructed the history, and they constructed the sources of a civilization. So as like that, as they move on, nearby Kashmir, they got one cellar which was got inside that? When they got off excavation, they got the cellar, and it was a proof that there is a what? Civilization. They got one cellar nearby Kashmir. This is a one indication. Then later on, as they move on, later on, how the people used to live. How the people used to live. Because see, now we all are well sophisticated. We are living in a house, or we may be living in a huts, or we are in a bungalows. That is a different manner where we are living. But before in the early part of a civilization, where the people are living. That is question, isn't it, children? In the beginning of the civilization, what the people has to do? Now, if it is normal day, they will be in a surrounding, isn't it, children? They will live in a society as it is. If suppose it is a rainy day, or if it is so much of a sunny, what they will do? How they will do? How many days? How many times they can take shelter below the tree? So what they have done? They used to started to dig, or they created pits. Pit, you know, pit is nothing but digging the earth in a certain deep, so that it may available for the living of a human being. Isn't it, children? You may know what pit is. In early days, the people used to dig the pit in a certain depth. There they used to live. And how they are going? They used to construct the steps for the pit, and using that steps they used to live inside the pit, mainly to get protection from the weather, cold weather, or maybe from the animals. That is the way they are living. And depending upon the atmosphere, they used to cook inside the pit or outside the pit. That is the way how they are living in the pit. Then as we move on to later, there are one more city called Mehrgarh. Mehrgarh city was found. Mehrgarh is a very fertile land. Fertile land in the sense, the fertile land, where we will get fertility? Fertility we will get nearby river bank. Isn't it, children? The city called Mehrgarh, where the land was very fertile. Fertile in the sense which was suited for the cultivation. So observing the fertile land, what the people has done, here archaeologists has noticed that the place called Mehrgarh, which was very fertile because it was very close to a river, so that they first archaeologists has noticed that people has started cultivation. They the first time they started cultivation. Children, it is a identification that from wandering life to people have settled down in a one particular place and they started the cultivation. It symbolizes that people are going to be civilized, isn't it, children? Because from moving from one to another place, why people will move from one to another place? Mainly for the sake of the search of a food. Here, people started to settle down in a one particular place. People started to settle down in a one particular place, and they started the occupation called cultivation. As a part of a cultivation, first they have started of cultivating barley and wheat, and also that they are started animal husbandry. Animal husbandry in the sense they stood rearing of sheep and goat. It also symbolizes that at a time two occupation they have adopted, that is cultivation and animal husbandry also they have started. Then as we continue, even the archaeologists has noticed that they got graveyard and fossil of animals. Fossil means, you know, the decay of animals or a human being. That also they got as a part of a excavation. Then next move on to the topic, that was first urbanization. Children, in the first urbanization, this is where the place, the Mehrgarh where the place, the people started cultivation. As they move on to the extended part of excavation, they have noticed there is a urbanization. Urbanization in the sense, people had improved their way of living. How they came to know there is a urbanization? First, the work of railway lane has been going down. Engineer has started their work of laying the railway track. In that part they got the few of the bricks, mound bricks. See the mound bricks is the bricks like not exactly the what brick shape you are getting now. It is a mound in the sense maybe it may becomes like this, which is very strong. Such kind of the bricks has been found by the engineer. They got mound bricks. Then when they are informed these mound bricks to the archaeologists started doing excavation. Then they came to know that there is a urbanization, and the first city they have noticed that was Harappan city. Harappan city, and they call it as a Harappan civilization. Children, the first civilization which they noticed that was Harappan city or a Harappan civilization, where they used bricks. Harappan civilization people used the mound bricks, which later on engineer used the same bricks for the construction of a railway lane. Then what is the uniqueness of this Harappan civilization? This is a 4600 BC old. This civilization is very old, where it has completed 4600 BC. Then, and how the construction of a city was. The construction of a city or the significance of a city we can refer as a two part. One is city, which is a western side, and eastern side. The city construction was, it was in a city there are the two sides. One is western side, another one is eastern side. Western side, first I will say western side, which is narrow and elevated place. What do you mean? Narrow means very small places, and elevated in the sense which was very high, situated in a very high place like a fort. Is it clear, children? Make it clear. Western side was very narrow and elevated place which comes as a very high, and it was also had many citadels. There is a citadel we can say in the only western part. Citadel in the sense fort that we can see only in the highest part. Citadel in the sense we can say kote that we can see in the western part, whereas eastern part is very wide place, and along with wide, eastern side also considered as a lower town. Children, I will repeat once again. Western side is a narrow and elevated place which was there in a high place, and it consists of a citadel, whereas eastern side is a wide place but it comes in a lower side, so it was known as a lower town. This is a way of the significance of a city. In the city, at the same time, we can see many houses. In the houses there is a construction of rooms. Then not only one room, it may be one or two rooms was there. That was the inside the city. Then main unique thing was in the city was that was a bath. Bath in the sense in the city called Mohenjo-daro. They had bath tank. What do you mean by bath tank, children? Bath tank, it's maybe like a swimming pool where Mohenjo-daro, the city called Mohenjo-daro. In the city Mohenjo-daro, there is a availability of the bath tank. What is the bath tank? Bath tank is nothing but it is a big tank where water was provided by the well to the tank. Is it clear, children? Water was provided by the well to this tank, and this tank was constructed by the bridge to prevent the seepage. Seepage in the sense leakage, mainly to prevent the leakage of a water. They constructed tank with the bricks so that the water or the leakage of the water can be avoided. And the uniqueness of this bath was they had given the steps so that you can get inside the tank and had a bath. And here bath can be taken only by the great or any important people, or the royal people can only allow to take a bath in a bath tank. So we can see bath tank only in the place called Mohenjo-daro, not in a Harappan civilization, and that is the thing. And along with that, even the archaeologist has founded the use of a fire alert. Fire alert means, see children, here we are noticing they are doing a civilization, then there was a construction of a city, construction of a water tank. Along with that, there is a use of a fire in the place called Lothal and Kalibangan. Here in the place where they are got the ashes, sign of ashes, it made them that to know that there is a use of a fire alert. And along with that, in the city Harappan, Mohenjo-daro and Lothal, there is a construction of a granary system. Granary in the sense where they used to store the food grains. That is the unique sense of a peoples. In the means they are constructed to preserve or to store the granaries. Where in the Harappan civilization, Harappan city, Mohenjo-daro, whereas Lothal, they had granaries. So children, today I will stop here. I like to again refresh or rewind the topic where we had got the construction of a civilization, where archaeologist has noticed the place called Meharga, where the people have started cultivation of a crops called barley and wheat. Along with that, when they moved to the urbanization, they have noticed that the city called Harappan civilization, where they had used the mount brick for the construction of the house, and in the houses, city was very well constructed, like a western part, which is a narrow and elevated place, which was also called as a citadel place. Another part was eastern side, which is wide place, lower town. And in the Mohenjo-daro, we can see the bath tank, which was water was supplied by the well to the tank for the bath of an important person. And archaeologists also noticed the use of a fire alert in the place called Lothal and Kalibangan. And along with that, even in the city Harappan, Mohenjo-daro and Lothal, there is a use of a granary system by the people. So here I will stop, children. What you have to do in the sense, you have so much time to read, so every day you have to read the lesson where I completed and where I stopped, so that it will keep touch with the topic and you won't feel social as a boring topic. Okay children, till then take care, see you soon.